Happy Monday to you, sports fan. Glad you could join us here on the Proview Rundown. I'm Adam Deal, having some fun. We're going to get into some sports that we covered this last week, like the Duke City Gladiators. If you don't know, now you know. They're really, really good. And then obviously on the baseball side, a big matchup between Rio Rancho Cleveland. I'm going to get you those highlights. First topic I want to really quick bring up. How about Tiger Woods? What an event that was, whether you love him, whether you hate him, whether you're rooting for him, whether you're rooting against him. The magnitude of what happened in the Masters on Sunday may be the most dramatic. So we're going to talk about that as a crew today because that was a lot of fun. I think maybe one of the better sports moments that we'll see in a while, regardless of really how you feel about Tiger Woods. But Jake Pohl, let's get those highlights first. And what do you want to go with first, man?
I'm going to give it up to Josh Brown's Lock of the Week team, the Gladiators.
Real growing out of his way again with these Lock of the Weeks.
Closest to the field, a sellout for tonight's game against the Flying Aces. Portery up the middle, wide open touchdown for Delo Davis. If you're just joining us, glad you could here on Pluto TV. There's that high hop that I just talked about, and he'll get another one. He's going to have trouble getting it out of the end zone, and it's fumbled in the end zone. Dontrell Johnson will recover that one. Long field goal out of the end zone. Blocked again, and this time Serta right to Bowers. Not a good night at the office in week one for David Goodson. Play there, fan made split the uprights. Delo Davis coughed it up in the goal line to pick it up. Davis high stepping up the middle. Davis all the way. He's got the kicker to beat, and he's going to beat him easily. It's a touchdown for Delo Davis. Stoneham is the target again, and that is complete for a touchdown. Vermonte's pretty excited about that. Floyd gonna let one fly, and then there's an INT for Griggs. Freddie on the near side, he scoots past Coach Vermonte in for the touchdown. Stoneham instead will go in motion. Puerto Rico again has plenty of time. Still looking, and look who's open. Delo Davis touchdown. Puerto Rico looking that way, and it's a touchdown for Big Delo the Gem. They're gonna get an inside handoff, no. Serta wrapped him up, but he's down. The handoff to the left. Serta's right. Bad snap, and this is trouble. Floyd is brought down. Anthony Jackson was the first. Problematic for him. Let's see. High snap, no chance. Serta's gonna scoop it up. There wasn't a chance in the world that that was going to get over. It's going to be Romello, and Jason with a lead block, and it's a touchdown. And that's why Jason. Play clock down to 3. Puerto Rico back to Cedric Johnson, touchdown Gladiators. Floyd on the handoff to Jordan, out wide, and he's met by Dontrell Johnson. Here comes pressure, the ball's out. Bowers will scoop it at the 5-yard line. Lamore Wise on the stop, and he knocked the ball loose, forcing the fumble. Right, he'll be blocking up front. Romello will follow that hole right in for a touchdown. Martin in motion. They're going to fake it on the other side. Puerto Rico going deep. Delo Davis, touchdown! Beautiful.
I mean, was that a Yaffle team that they brought in to play the Gladiators, guys? That was how many kicks did they get off? How many kicks did they get blocked?
I think he went like 0 for 5. 0 for 5. Not like I guess you could consider that kickoff that they had as a kick, but then they ran it back. So I mean, they're a force. Let's see how they do on the road, though. That's all we got to see.
It was ridiculous. So Duke City, yes, they're going to be on the road for a while now, right? Yep. So through 4 weeks of the season in the CIF, the Champions Indoor Football League, they're 3-0. Duke City, they've got to bye, but they have 3 home games. So the defending champ's going to go on the road. So Dominic Bramante, though, looks like he knows what he's doing. Looks like these guys are shaped and ready. So I have no doubt that come playoff time, Duke City is going to be hosting a couple here during the summer. So we'll see about that. Let's shift gears a little bit and get into some high school baseball. And how about, depending on how you look at the rankings, 1 versus 3, Rio Rancho taking on their rival Cleveland for the second time this season. This in district play on Friday night.
This beat is crazy.
Hype or not hype now with Alden Iowani, the man who directed this game.
Also Hard University.
Where you at, Alden?
You know, I'm chilling here at Augusta National, you know. My man Tiger Woods just invited me over, you know. We're over here sipping on some Arnold Palmers, having a good time. But, yeah.
That's perfect. It's always perfect. Well, we'll talk about T. Woods in a little bit with you and the crew. Rio Rancho get the win 2-1, and they're kind of making their way through the season. They've been ranked number 1 for a while, ever since they won their Sal Puentos Memorial Tournament, and they've got really good wins on their resume, and in a defensive battle against Cleveland, able to get it done 2-1. You were there.
Oh, yeah, it was a nice showdown, Adam. Both of these teams are going to be really good. This might be a potential state championship game for sure. Both of these teams are very well built. They're solid. I mean, you see that 2-1 game, but it was a great executed game on both sides. Rio Rancho just happened to come up on top this time, but I feel like
your red shirt at your victory.
Right. Well, I'm just wearing the black because it represents the death of Tiger Woods' struggles. Yeah, all of his struggles, you know.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's beautiful. So yeah, Rio Rancho, obviously, they're in the driver's seat right now. Well, no, they're not in the driver's seat. They're tied for the driver's seat, basically, with Volcano Vista, who, by the way, is ranked 2nd in the state. So, I mean, this district is ridiculous. 3 of the top 4 teams come from this district.
Can we just say that District 1's the best district in all sports?
Yeah, I think it's obvious. Yeah. Now, Alden, that game is going to be tomorrow. Rio Rancho's at Volcano Vista. We as a crew are actually going to be there. We'll all be there to do it. Really excited for this one. So Volcano Vista, Rio Rancho, tomorrow, weather, stay cool. And if you're following along Proview Sports Network and you want to see more baseball, softball, we apologize. Do a little bit less baseball, softball because of weather and equipment, and it's very difficult, but this game should be true, should be a good one. This is for first place, not only in the district, but really ranking in the state.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, yeah, these are the top 3 pretty much teams in the race, or in the state right now. I've seen Volcano play as well. We did a game last week. They're very solid as well. That's the thing I could just attest to about all these teams in District 1. From top to bottom, they're just all really solid teams, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. Volcano, they're easily just as good as these other 2 teams as well. So it's going to be interesting. That's why district time is definitely the best, because you just get to see all these powerhouses face each other in the same district.
You look at, I'm taking a look at, whoa. What is this? We got a weather delay?
Yep.
Weather delay here on Proview Sports Network. You look at all the teams, I feel like teams 1 through 6 ranked in the state could win the state title this year. And the reason I say that is because of pitching staffs aren't really deep right now. And everyone's got like a horse or an ace, and then after that, it's like, do you have a really good pitcher? Now, I know Volcano's got 2 really good pitchers, and maybe their staff is deeper than others. But to win it, you got to win 3 games in 3 days, right? And so that's I think anybody can kind of do that going forward.
You can never sleep on La Cueva, of course. You can never sleep on them, and then also some other teams in their district as well. I mean, Rio Grande's no slouch we've seen this year so far.
Just 3 losses. It looks like they're going to mop through their district. I don't see any issues there. Maybe San Diego can give them a little bit of trouble, who's flirting on making the tournament or not. But hey, I'm with you. Rio Grande's really good, and they've got all hitters 1 through 9. They can make a little bit of noise. Remember, they smashed La Cueva not too long ago. The rest of the week, we also have Rio Rancho again. They'll play host to Atrisco Heritage a little bit later. That game will be on Thursday this week, and then also we've got some softball. Volcano Vista #1 in softball. Can they continue it against your squad, Alden, the Cibola Cougars? So that'll be Friday. That's the rest of our schedule.
That's that's a very huge matchup in the softball world. Back in the day when I went, I mean, Cibola softball program was at the pinnacle.
It's doing okay now. They're ranked 6th right now, Cibola. So, I mean, they're right there.
Yeah, and Volcano, I mean, traditionally, Cibola's won at least 3 state championships in softball. Volcano, I mean, they're definitely, I don't know how many exactly they've won, but I know they've won a couple as well. So, I mean, these are 2 powerhouses in softball. And it's going to be a showdown. That rivalry is real. That Cibola versus Volcano rivalry is real, and it's going to be a good game out there on Friday.
All right, when we return, we're going to get more into T. Woods. I mean, why not? What a win for him. So keep it right here in the rundown.
Numbers now. Miller going to go all the way and comes Taylor. Taylor, a little step through in the lane, high off the glass. Top, V-Hill long, straight up 3, ring it up. The double comes nice, no look to Garcia, yes. Away with it, but he threw it away. Here's Heckroth. Heckroth, yeah! Boatman going all the way off the window. On the layup attempt, no, yeah! Gilliford puts one up to beat the horn, yes! Nylon! Heilman, then it's lost. Nice steal. Oh, Foster comes over from the weak.
To right field. Back to the fence. Looking up. That ball is gone. The Cowboys win it on a 3-run walk-off by Augie Francis. Mercy. Augie Francis does it again for the Cowboys. Celebration at home plate. The Cowboys win it 13-10 on a 3-run walk-off by Augie.
High school sports are back. The 2018-19 season kicks off, and you could watch every Proview Network broadcast live on the NFHS Network. Every moment, from every game, from every sport, including all NMAA state championships. Get your highly discounted monthly pass now. Go to ProviewNetworks.com and sign up. Watch New Mexico's best.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Proview Network crew, assemble!
Gotta love it, the Proview crew. It's at the end of the season, guys. I mean, we got like a month left of high school sports, and then we get into all of our summer stuff. But hey, we've always got something going on here at Proview Sports Network. And right now, I mean, a little bit slower time with baseball, softball going on, and so we get into a lot more national things. And what more national is there to talk about than Tiger Woods? And man, he's back. He does. It's the first time winning the Masters since 2005. It's his first major since 2008. He hangs on, maybe a little bit of nerves at the end, trying to just get the bogey to win, but he gets it done. And collectively, I just want to know how everyone thinks. I mean, Alden, you can start it off. You told me that this was probably one of the better sports moments that you've seen in the last 10 years. I tend to agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's right up there with LeBron James bringing a championship back to Cleveland. Like, I feel like it's even better just because of just the odds that Tiger had to face. We're talking before the show. I mean, his back it's not better. Like, I mean, it is, but it's not. At any given second, he could pull that back again, and his career's done. You know, and just, I mean, all the adversity he had to go through just to get back on top. I was also saying, I was 12 years old the last time Tiger Woods won a Masters. I'm 26 now. That was half of my life ago. And most of you kids were probably babies, if that. Like it's a phenomenal thing. I'm glad Tiger's back on top. You know, I think the adversity is such a beautiful thing to see. Just one guy who's been through so much on and off the golf course being able to come back and win the biggest tournament in the sport. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
You look at, and I'll throw it to Jay Poole and JB here, guys. You look at, you know, we've been able to watch Tiger Woods our whole lives, and every time he's on top of a tournament, everybody crumbled underneath him because they knew he was not going to give, and so people would just fold. That, like, we literally watched that happen again Sunday. Everyone around Tiger, just because he was in it, started to collapse. I mean, hitting balls into you know, into the lake, just all over the place. It was everyone folded, everybody.
It's scary. It just goes to show, though, like, yeah, you have to be good at golf. We know this, but it's so much more of a mental game. Like, this whole mental game of, like, you can't. People are waiting 5 holes behind Tiger because the crowd's just roaring, throwing them off their game. You don't even have to see Tiger, but the crowd is roaring, and then just to know, like, the mental game for Tiger, with that, like Alden said, all the stuff he's been through, everything. Like, you can try to hate on the guy, yes, respect whatever you have to hate on him, but the guy came from the trenches and rose to the occasion. So, I mean, I'm all for it. Let's just see. Do you think it's over, or it's just still more to come?
I think it's just starting. I think his comeback's just started. I really do. And the reason is last year he kind of flirted at the top of some of these majors, and so you could see he was getting it back. But the fact that he has his, like you just said, his mental game back, his confidence back, that's all that was missing. His talent is always there, and can he stay healthy? Like Alden said, that's important. But if he does, then mentally he's figured it out. I think why, guys, is so important of what he did and it's so meaningful, and it's such a good sports story, is because he was at the top of the top. Greatest golfer we had ever seen, so dominant and also cocky, right? He was kind of a jerk to media and just cocky, and he was, and you know what? When you're that good and you're making $1 billion, you're a billionaire, you know, so be it. He's got Tiger Woods golf. He's on top of the world. Nobody can touch him. Nobody can tell him what to do. Well, he had the hardest of hard falls. He lost his family, cheating scandals, and all of this, and then got a DUI, and, you know, and then got another one, and he just plummeted, right? And then his golf game plummeted, and then his health plummeted, and then steroids come out. And so he went from the highest of the highs to the lowest of the lows. And to be honest, if you're rooting for someone to stay in the lowest of the lows, then I think internally you've got issues. So to watch him rise and become a better person, and to and to finally get to the pinnacle of where he was again is almost impossible. To watch it happen in the way he did, I thought he was more humbled in his moment with his kid, and then they dated it back to when he won his first Masters with his father, and that full circle, it touches you a little bit. And so I thought the whole thing was as memorable of a sports moment as I'll see it. I'm very, very happy to see Tiger
People never even thought this guy was going to win a golf match like ever again. Like that's how people like now that we're in retrospect, like it's kind of hard to see, but it's just like people didn't even think this guy was going to win a golf match again. Like that's how bad he was mentally, physically, the whole nine. So I mean, kudos to Tiger, man.
It's great to see. What about you, JB?
Hey, I'm just happy for Tiger. I mean, you said he had the billions, but raking in that $2 million first place purse, cha-ching, cha-ching.
And that's not all the money he made this weekend, right? All the sponsorships.
Sponsorships and
from
everything.
Nike.
Like
you know how happy Nike is that he's back?
Yeah.
I mean, Nike's like,
well, that's what I was talking about earlier. It's probably a good, like, I bet you not only is Tiger happy, but his competition is happy because the ante's going up. People like
throw those dollar signs again.
Yeah, throw that money. Like
Tiger gets $2 million first place. Let's go down to the 62nd place finisher because Tiger's doing good again. 25 grand at 67. 62.
I mean, 67 place.
That's for
didn't
62.
Make the cut. Didn't even make the cut.
That's for the last place cut. Like. That's the guy, though. That's the last person who made the cut.
I mean,
25
dudes, I think
grand.
that's still at like what, like 40th
plus 8.
place
He was
for making
plus
100
8.
grand? What did like 40th place take?
40th place. Let's go here to 40th place. 40th place is racking in a nice 55 grand.
Oh, jeez. Who's the last person to make 100 grand? What place did you have to make?
Last place make 100 grand will be 21st place.
I mean, 21st place and you're still going to get 100K? Oh my gosh. My goodness.
We all picked the wrong career.
I think what's also another sick element of this is that all these guys that Tiger was playing in the back nine on the scoreboard, they literally, he was probably their influence to even play golf in the first place. Because of, like you were alluding to earlier, just his dominant straightaway where he just was winning every tournament. And you know, it's awesome for the competition to be able to experience that. Oh crap! Like Tiger's coming. Like, you know, I think that's a really cool like full circle as well, because you know these guys when they were young they were watching Tiger. Buying Tiger Woods PGA. I mean, I didn't even play golf, so you know I think he has one of the biggest just like influences sports wise across the whole world. You know, it's like Michael Phelps with like swimming. You know.
By the way, did you see Michael Phelps was behind him?
Yeah, cheering him on.
And it was the 16th, right, where he almost got the hole in one at a tap and birdie. That's when you kind of knew it was over, like he had it. And then
if you know the greatest Olympian, if you know the greatest Olympian of all time is getting that excited for Tiger to do good, you know this man's legit. I mean, that's all you got to say.
And you look at like what I thought, like there's stories come out that Tiger Woods, guys, was such a jerk to his opponents. Really didn't have friendships with him. Really didn't treat him, talk to him. I don't want to say respect, but just, you know, was hands off. He's like, I'm Tiger Woods. I ain't talking to nobody else. He's got a relationship with all these young dudes now. They actually like text him and talk to him. He's actually hung out with a lot of these guys and made friendships with Ricky Fowler and Brooks Koepka and Dustin Johnson and all the upcoming good golfing athletes. And so you could see that respect at the end too when they were waiting around in the clubhouse as Tiger Woods was going to take his scorecard in for the final time. They were really genuinely excited for him. The last thing I want to get into before we get out of here is, did you guys see the gentleman who put up $85,000 bet in Vegas and won, what is it, 1.1 mil?
1.19 mil. I think he picked it. I think the article said he picked it up when it was a 14-1 shot to win it. So, hey, always take Tiger against the field. Come on. If you got the money to blow, you always take Tiger.
No, well, not for the last 11 years you don't.
I don't know, man. Still, but when he's up in that rank, you got to take him. And that guy was smart. He had the money. He saw 14-1 on Tiger. He blew it, and he won big.
Come on, Tiger, catch Jack. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Catch Jack. Just shut up, everybody. Just shut up, everybody. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT.
Any last things, Jay? You got anything?
United.
United 5-1, baby. Woo!
We'll get some. You know, we're gonna start getting the United highlights here.
We need to start.
We'll start on Wednesday.
Why not?
We'll start on Wednesday.
We support the locals.
Tied for first in the Western Division.
They absolutely
Friend of the
are.
program.
13 points.
They're a friend
tied
of the
with
program.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
They're still undefeated.
Big game coming up against Rio Grande.
There you go. All right, Ball So Hard University, appreciate you. It was a lot of fun.
You know,
You're
I'm
hanging
gonna-
out with Tiger, Kay?
Yeah, I'm gonna go sip some Arnold Palmer's with Tiger, and you know, we'll see you guys later.
All right. Jay Paul, Josh Rich,